Hi, everybody.
Hi, my name is Sarah Johnson.
My name is Danielle Armentano. We're both students here at the college at Brockport.
We put this presentation together for you guys so you can definitely get a student perspective of what it's like to be a student here at the College of Brockport. I'm actually a transfer student. I'm a social work major. I'm a junior in the program, and my plans are to get a master's degree here at the College of Brockport and stay in the Rochester area.
I am also, well, I was a student here. I just graduated this month. I was a communication major. I had a recreation and leisure minor. I hope to stay in higher education, and I hope to eventually get my master's degree from the University of Rochester in higher education someday. So we're going to jump right into it. We have an array of different slides covering all the topics here on campus. First, we're going to start with the different clubs and organizations that we do have on campus. We have over 60 student-run clubs and organizations on campus. You can totally make them up if you want to make up something crazy there. We have Harry Potter clubs. We also have a ton of academic clubs as well as sport-related clubs. We have an organization called the International Student Organization. That's the first one here on the slide. What that is, it's an organization for students coming from different countries or from our own country, whoever they may be international. It just provides those students with an opportunity to talk to one another and to socialize, and they can attend different programs like lectures and events that can kind of make themselves more acquainted with one another and make the process easier. Like I had stated at the beginning, we do have a ton of academic and just for fun clubs. Pretty much every major minor here on campus has an academic club. It's run by students, sometimes faculty and staff join in on those. It's pretty cool. I know ROTC has a club. There's an honors club in Delta as well. And even religious, ethnic, political clubs. For example, judo. There's a judo club I saw that's on our website. So if you're interested in any of those, our website does have a ton more information on those. We do have a good amount of Greek life here on our campus. We have 2 recognized fraternities and 3 recognized sororities. And they're all about leadership and just being active on campus and giving back to the community. Our last big thing, it's a really cool program. It's called Late Night with Ellsworth.
It's really awesome.
Yep. It is pretty much just providing students with an array of different events late at night. They range from 10 p.m. to I think it's like 2 a.m. And it's just an event that it promotes healthy lifestyles and responsibility, and it targets more students who are interested in like staying sober. It's sober fun on campus, and they do an awesome job. The programs, they do a million different things. I know one year I went to it and it was like grocery bingo, and I won groceries.
I've never won grocery bingo.
Yeah, I love it. It's so much fun. But they do a ton of them, and they're always on weekend nights, and they have tons of different fun stuff. And so that's a really cool thing that we offer on campus.
One thing I'll definitely say about the clubs and organizations, Late Night with Ellsworth is really, really fun. I know as a transfer student, I kind of struggled with meeting students when I first got here. And part of the transfer orientation was actually going to some of the Late Night with Ellsworth.
Oh yeah, same with the freshman orientation.
Yep. So it's kind of a fun, awkward way in the beginning to meet people. I unfortunately have never won grocery bingo. But they have a lot of other great events. They sometimes have midnight movies for only $1. That's actually how I saw The Great Gatsby and Catching Fire.
Nice.
Yeah, the new movies. So it was only $1. So it's always just something fun, and there's always something going on campus for you guys. So it's always something to consider.
It's totally fun, and you meet tons of people, just like Sarah said. Next, we're going to move over to our Brockport student government. Our student government is very, very, very active on campus. We have a large student government. They offer a ton of cool stuff, but I think what is really cool is that you truly can get involved in any way, shape, or form you want to, whether it's you're on the executive committee or you're an on-campus or off-campus representative, as well as event staff even. It's just a really cool way to get involved and make yourself known on campus. BSG puts on the majority of our events and concerts and different things going on here. We just had our concert, I think it was last week. We had BOB come to our campus. BSG sponsored that. Like Sarah had mentioned with Late Night, they also do midnight movies, and it's $1 for a movie at midnight, and it's like the newest movie you can imagine. She said Catching Fire. I mean, that came out like a month ago. So it's really cool. They offer a ton of different things. We also have lectures, different trips, that they offer. Like there was an apple picking trip that happened one year.
They also allow you to go to the Bills games. A lot
Oh
of
yeah,
times
yes.
you only have to pay like $20 to go to a Bills game, and you get concessions with that as well.
Yeah, it's
So
a really neat experience. We also have our biggest event of the year at the end of the year. It's in May. It's called Party at the Port, and it's like just a huge end of the year party with like hundreds of food vendors, and there's moon bounces and rides and photo booths and just
there's always concerts going on too.
yep. Always there's always like two artists that come, and they do free T-shirts and just everybody goes crazy because it's just like the funnest, biggest end of the year party. And it's here on campus, and it's just a ton of fun, and it's sponsored by BSG. So
and it's free,
really
which
awesome.
is the best
Oh
part.
yeah, and it's free. Okay, next we have sports and athletics. I had mentioned in the clubs and organizations there are some sporting clubs, but there are also we also offer club sports, intramurals, and we have our regular Brockport athletics. Our club sports, there are some club sports that are also the actual athletics on campus. Like if you play baseball at Brockport, you can play for the club, or you can also play for like the team that represents our college away at other colleges. We have cheerleading, we have dance, judo, I mentioned that before, volleyball, roller hockey, just a bunch of different options. And anybody from any skill level, if you've never played a sport before and you're interested in playing, you have that opportunity. And that's just a really great option to stay active on campus. Our athletic teams do range, like a couple of them fall into club sports as well as regular athletics. But there's the typical stuff: baseball, basketball, soccer. Our women's gymnastics team is really great. They won like
National champs.
yeah, I think last year. They're very good. We have track and field, cross country, wrestling, all that good stuff. We have a brand new special events recreation center on campus. It's called the Cirque, and we have an indoor track there. It's attached to the ice rink. We have an amazing like state of the art workout facility. It's beautiful, and it's brand new and huge. And if you tour the college, you'll see it. It's absolutely awesome.
I say they spent about $55 million on that building, and
so it better be nice.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful building. What's also really nice is in the fitness center they have different classes that you can also take within the fitness center. So say you like yoga, Zumba, Pilates, everything I'm not very good at.
No, but you have fun with it. And it's just another way to stay active on campus. And the membership is free while you're a student. And even if you're not a student, we do offer like faculty staff memberships, which is awesome, and it's super discounted. And then the gym is nice. It's not like just your regular gym. It's like it's gorgeous, and it's so nice.
What's really nice too is we have personal trainers that are always walking around the Cirque, which are great. They are students themselves too. So the fact that you're going to be able to get a free gym while your time here in Brockport's amazing. All you have to do is just swipe your ID, and you go right upstairs, and you can use any of the equipment for as long as you want. I believe this semester the hours were from like 6 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night.
It's like crazy long hours. You can always find a time to go if you want to go. It's pretty cool. Next, eating on campus. To me, this is the most important thing for my time here. We have 9 different food locations around campus. We have 2 dining halls. Those are all you can eat dining halls. One is located more towards the high-rise buildings, and then the other one is located more centrally on campus. Both of them are delicious. We were number 1 for 18 years and running, and we're now number 2, but don't let that trick you. We're still awesome. We have awesome chefs here on campus, and we have tons of different things. We offer a lot of vegan vegetarian options for people that are vegan vegetarian. We do all kinds of different events in the dining halls, and continuous service, and I think that's the most important thing. Our dining hall opens at 7:30 in the morning, and when that closes for the evening, we do have a late night eating place, and that's open till 1 a.m. So you'll never go hungry because you can eat 24 hours if you choose.
One thing that I definitely appreciate about Basque and, the experience of eating at the College of Brockport, they have a lot of cafes in the academic buildings, which is awesome because I know I'm running around between different classrooms, and it's nice just to be able to pick up a coffee or a wrap or a sandwich or something like that in between classes. So it's just really convenient for me.
It is. It's very convenient, and most students find that they don't really have problems with it. We actually just opened, it's called Kinetic Cafe. It's in the new Special Events Recreation Center. It's attached to the athletic buildings, and they had a stir fry station all semester long,
So
and
good.
you watched them stir fry your food, and it was amazing.
Mhm.
We have a little convenience store on campus called Eagle's Nest. You can go and buy food and toothbrushes if you need. Like, they have just tons of different things. So that's just, it's nice to come to a college where you enjoy the food, and at least for me, I definitely have in my time here. So that's just one more perk about Brockport. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, what's also really nice is that you can kind of pick and choose your meal plan.
Mhm.
That's really nice.
Oh yeah, that is huge.
Like if you come in as a freshman and say that you want, 3 meals a day,
Mhm.
or you want 2 meals a day, and then you want a certain amount of dining dollars, which you can use not for meals. That's really nice that you can kind of pick and choose and customize the meal plan you
Yeah,
want.
it gives you some variety. And once you become an upperclassman, you have more options. And that's really awesome because, you sometimes you tend not to want to go to the dining halls as much, and you can go to the a la carte options. We really try to meet the students' needs here with meal plans, and everybody seems to be pretty happy with it. So, and next is campus living, another very important topic. If you are coming like as a freshman and you are going to live on campus, we offer variety for freshman dorms. We have corridor style, which is just you and another roommate, and then we have a suite style living as well. And that's, you have one roommate, and then you have a common room, and then another room with two roommates in that. It really does give you a nice variety. We do require students, freshmen, to stay on campus for the first 2 years, which I personally think is an awesome change that they made. Staying on campus just lets you be way more involved, and I don't know, you're here all the time, so you're with the same people all the time, and it just gives you, I feel like, a more inclusive feel staying on campus myself, anyway.
I would agree with that too, especially as a transfer student. I came in an awkward time. I came in like right before the spring semester.
Oh, so it's like
Yeah.
not really the end of the year, but kind of the end of the year.
Yeah, so it was right kind of in the center of the year, and transfers do have their own dorms, but I actually got placed in a suite style dorm for upperclassmen, which I thought was pretty funny. But I got placed in a 6-person suite, and it was great. All 5 of those girls are now 5 of my best friends that I'm living with now. We'll be living with next year. And it was really nice because it really got me to get immersed into Brockport and everything they have to offer. And it allowed me to not only just go to the events on campus, but to get involved in clubs. Right now, I'm in a singing club called Roquefort.
That's so cool.
And I'm also in an academic club, the Student Social Work Organization.
Nice.
So it allowed me to get involved on campus and throw my own events on campus, which has been really nice.
Yeah, that's huge.
I know a lot of times transfers like to commute, which is no problem with that, but I feel like you kind of lose the connection with some of the people here and some of the professors. So it's just nice to be involved on campus. So even as transfers, I definitely recommend for you to live on campus.
Absolutely.
You guys do have your own dorms, or you have the option of getting placed in other suites as well. So
it's a good choice. Like Sarah said, you definitely do stay more connected on campus. We also do have good upperclassmen living, and the townhomes for upperclassmen as well. Once you become an upperclassman, second year transfer upperclassman, you still have no, it's only suites, isn't it, for upperclassmen? Suite style. But everybody I know has loved it. Sarah said she was thrown into a suite her first time, and she loves it. You definitely make a lot more, I don't know if you'd say a lot more friends, but you have a bigger group going in. And so at least for me, that would make me want to, I don't know, dive into more groups and make more friends, and you stay connected that way, and it's nice. Townhomes are offered to students once they become junior status here. And it's just like having your own house pretty much. They're gorgeous.
They're really, really nice. I've viewed them a few times. They're really nice. It's pretty much all the amenities of living off campus, but staying on campus.
Yeah.
You guys are right next to the library.
You are, and the circ, you're right there. And you have your own like washers and dryers, and you have your own room. And
within the townhome, you'd be living in a 4-person townhome. Each of you would have your own single room. Plus, you would have all the furnishings of a kitchen, a living room, dining room, as well as you guys have your own washer and dryer right in your townhome.
And they're very spacious too. It's not like living in a dorm. Those are obviously a little less spacious compared to a home, but it's just a really nice option for people once they become older, and you're going to be off on your own someday, so why not try it out while you're still on campus? And also for freshmen and upperclassmen, we offer a bunch of living learning communities. And these are just different groups that you pretty much you room in like the same hall with them. You don't necessarily have to do that. My freshman year, I was in the leadership and community service living learning community. And so initially I didn't really know what to expect with that, like what I was going to be doing. I mean, I knew I was going to be going out into the community and helping out and leading and all that, meeting people with the same interests. But I was placed, I chose my freshman roommate, which is, also another choice you have is to choose who you live with. You have that option. So I chose my roommate. We hit it off really well. And my whole entire hall was filled with people who were also in the leadership and community service living learning community. So we just had the same interests, and we could grow together and learn from each other and learn from our RA, who was also interested in all of those things. But besides that, we do offer tons of different kinds. We have a greenhouse one, which is about going green and being sustainable, and it's just neat. We have a recreation and fitness one. We have one for teachers.
Math and science, nursing intense, social work
biology. We have all different kinds. And some of those you can even stay in once you become second year and upperclassmen. And so it's just a really great thing to do. You become certified in things. You can attend conferences and events. It's another way to stay involved on campus. And it's just a really great opportunity to meet people with your same interests and hopefully eventually gain internships and jobs one day. It's just a really great thing to do. So if you are interested in those, we have a ton of information on our website about that. But we do talk about them at open houses and orientations if you do choose to visit.
Yeah, I would definitely say if any of you were ever considering moving into an LLC or living learning community, it's a really good thing to consider because it allows you to make your first connections with not only people in your major and who you're coming to and from class with, but Brockport really emphasizes making the connections and networking with people. So even from your first semester on campus, you're already making connections with people, and like you were saying, hopefully
down the road it leads to something else, which at least when I was a freshman, I did not think like, someday I'm going to gain an internship from this. But when you're in your third and fourth years of school, that becomes very important. So it's good to make those connections at an early point in your college career.
So this is one of my favorite slides to talk about. This is just Brockport, what's around the town, and some of the things that I think are the most important for prospective students to understand and to know about Brockport. I'm from the city of Rochester. It's about 25-minute drive from here, so that's kind of more of an urban area. I really like Brockport because it's a small village feel.
It's like a college. It's like when you think of a college town, think of Brockport because that's what I thought of coming in.
Everything's about 10-15-minute walk. It actually has a lot of rich history, which I really enjoy that.
It is. It's nice.
It's kind of nerdy, but I like that. We're right next to the Erie Canal, which I know if anyone hasn't studied history, they might not know it. But if you don't know the song. But 15 miles down the Erie Canal. But it's just really nice. It has a bunch of different restaurants, which are walking distance. You know, we have some of our most famous are Jimmy Z's, which make awesome garbage plates. And for those of you who don't know, you need to go to Rochester and have a garbage plate. It's delicious.
Our staple.
We have a bunch of different coffee shops like Java Junction. It's delicious. I love my coffee, so I'm very particular about that. But I love Java Junction. And the fact that it is a small town feel, you can walk down the street and everyone's very nice.
It is. It's not just college people that live here. It's families. And so it's nice to feel when you're going off to school that you're not just going to some town where you're not going to know everybody, because there's still that aspect of closeness, with people. So it makes it nice.
And I think that says something that generations of families are living here that stay in the same homes because they really do enjoy living here.
It's true. It's a cute small town to come to, and especially for school.
Right. So if you wanted to go to more of a urban city, you're 20-25 minutes away from Rochester, or you can stay in a small village here. So you get your choice of both here, which is really nice.
It is.
Convenience. So if you guys ever do need anything or you don't want to just get it at the Eagle's Nest, what's really nice about Brockport, besides being in our village, we're really close to Wegmans and Walmart and CVS, Rite Aids, anything that you guys would need in the town. It's a 10 to 15 minute walking distance, if that. And it's just really nice. If anyone doesn't know what a Wegmans is, it's amazing.
Another Rochester staple. It's our grocery store.
It's an amazing supermarket. Again, Walmart. You can probably just walk around Walmart for 10 to 15 minutes every day and find like a million things that you want to buy.
Absolutely. Another cool thing about these, and Sarah, I think, touches on transportation in a little while, is that our transportation system does go to these places. So if you come here without a car, you're not stuck on campus. You have the option of hopping on one of our free shuttles, and it takes you to wherever you need to go around town, which is awesome,
Yeah.
especially as a freshman. Not bringing a car to campus isn't going to leave you stranded.
So job searching. One of the really nice things about the College of Brockport is it does employ students, work study and non-work study, which was really great. I know coming as a transfer, I didn't apply to work study when I came here. So I actually kind of had to search, and what I found was Job Shop. It's a really great thing that we do have on the Brockport website. It allows you to look up any available job on campus and see what's available, and it bases it off work study and not work study, and it gives you the person who's in charge to call for an interview.
They also do internships on Job Shop. I've seen before. They list internships, farther down the road. If you're interested in something like that, it's really awesome.
And it's really nice because it's constantly changing. It's always updating. I can honestly say you could find a job here pretty
Easily. Our dining services, when I was talking about food, our Auxiliary Services Corporation, who they run dining services, it's the largest employer on campus, and not only does it employ people in the dining halls, it also employs people at the bookstore and parking services as well. And if you want a job and if you don't mind working in a dining hall, they are always hiring, and you have the opportunity to grow in those positions as well.
And one thing that I will also say is that if you guys are ever confused of what I want to do with my major, what am I thinking about, what do I want to do, those are kind of really big decisions.
It's tough.
So one thing that's really nice is we do have a career services office here at the College of Brockport. It's actually in the same building where admissions and financial aid is. So if you ever kind of want to just talk to someone, maybe think about other internships or possible career paths, you can just walk into our career services office and they'll sit down with you, get you, again, with the networking connections, find you a different internship that you think you want to do, which is really nice. I know a lot of the majors require different internships. They also have a thing called myplan.com, which allows you to kind of make a plan that you want to do, not for the rest of your life, but a nice 5-year plan. They also allow you to bring in your resume.
Oh yeah, I did that this semester. They tweaked everything. I didn't know how to use LinkedIn. I don't know if you guys know what LinkedIn is. It's like a more professional way to connect with people, kind of like Facebook, I guess. But she showed me, her name was Jackie. She's a grad student here, and she went through everything and showed me how to use everything. So something that it doesn't even say they do, they help me with, and now I know how to do what I need to do with it, and it's free.
What's really nice too is they do mock interviews.
Oh, do that?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
So if you ever were thinking about grad school or again working towards an internship, they'll sit down and have a mock interview with you, and they'll rate you to see how you do, which is really nice. And one thing else is, like I said, getting a job here is easy. I started off as a secretary in undergraduate admissions. Then I became a tour guide, and now I'm here as one of your student ambassadors. So Brockport offers a lot of different connections and job positions here.
It absolutely does.
Computer labs. This is something that I thought would have been very helpful to know as I was looking at other colleges. But the really great thing about the College of Roquefort is we have a lot of computer labs available.
We do.
And the nice part is, as a student here, you get $45 of free printing money. It costs about 5 cents a page to print something out. So you guys will never run out. And what's really nice is between fall and spring semester, that money rolls over.
It does.
So if you have to print out a 20-page paper, you only have to do 20 times 0.5, and that's how much it subtracts.
And it deducts in it. Every time you log in, the little your printing money, the amount you have left pops up, so you can't possibly forget about it because it's always there.
And what's really nice is all the different computer labs on campus are Mac and PC accessible, so it doesn't matter which computer you bring because we'll use both of them. There's always computer labs available in the academic buildings. The library has 3 floors worth of computers and printers.
You cannot find one.
As well as the Drake Computer Lab as well. There's an actual computer lab right in the middle of campus where if you're running to class and you need to print something out and you don't want to run to the library, you can just go right into the Drake Computer Lab and use the printing money there. So it's really convenient.
It is very convenient.
We also have free Wi-Fi all over campus. That's also a really nice thing. You can hook it up into your dorm to 2 devices. We have a thing called MyResNet. That's the Wi-Fi connection we have on campus. So if you ever want to hook it up to your phone, your laptop, tablet, gaming device, anything else I'm not sure of, that's what you guys would be using.
Yep.
So if you guys want to do your homework on the lawn, which a lot of people do
Yep, they
during the
do.
spring,
They sure do.
you just bring out your blanket and bring your laptop out and work outside.
Very accessible.
I really like that part.
No, I know. It's the best part when it's nice out here and not snowing like it is right now.
So the Student Learning Center, this is something that I found to be very helpful in my time here, especially coming from another institution. You're not always sure about the grading policies between professors,
Yeah.
what's expected of you. So we have this awesome building on campus. It's called the Student Learning Center. They offer free math and writing tutors, which is great because I know the level of writing I had to do from my previous institution to now increased tremendously.
Really?
Yeah. So it was nice because I was able to go to one of the writing tutors and they were to help me look up all the different styles of citing between APA, MLA, Chicago.
And I still don't know how to do it all.
So, and if you guys ever need free math tutors, I know I took statistics and that was very hard. So you have free math and writing tutors. What's really nice is all the tutors are students.
They are, and it helps so much, especially when they know what they're talking about because you can relate to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more intimidating, I feel like, to talk to a professor than go to a student and seek help. So
what's really nice is they're all recommended by the professor and they've had them before, so they know what they're actually talking about and what's expected by the professor. Again, it has another computer lab in there, so you can use the free printing money. You never have to use your own printer, which is really nice.
Oh, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy that.
It's a large, quiet room. It usually has free hot coffee for coffee lovers like myself. So it's just a good center for students who just want to get some work done, be quiet, and just get your homework done, which is always good.
Yes, it is. It's a huge help.
Transportation. We kind of touched on this a little bit before, but all students, even freshmen, are permitted to have cars on campus, which is really awesome because I know at my previous institution, a freshman was not allowed to have a car, which was really sad because I love my car.
Right. I would have, I brought mine in my freshman year and it helped out a lot, but I know a lot of people who don't or didn't bring cars. And like I said before, they're definitely not stuck on campus if you don't choose to bring a car.
Absolutely. So how it would work is you would pay for a parking pass in the beginning of the semester or the beginning of the year, and you would just stick that on your car, and that's where you'd be parking in the different slots based on the color of your permit.
Yep, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm. But we do have a shuttle bus, which is awesome. Danielle was pointing out a little bit earlier. So if you ever had to go to Walmart, Rite Aid, CVS, sometimes go to different spots and different buildings on campus.
Yeah, it does. It stops at, there's like a loop by one of the dorm buildings that stops there. It stops out in front of admissions, I think, too, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it also, like some weekends, it goes to different malls around here.
Yes.
I know sometimes it goes to the gallery in Buffalo. I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but it's awesome. And it's free. You don't have to pay to get on the bus and travel to Buffalo, which is normally an hour or so drive.
Right.
So we do offer some pretty cool things with our shuttle bus. And like I said, it's free.
It's a big bus with an eagle on the side of it.
You can't miss it.
And it always does runs throughout the day.
Yep.
So don't feel like if you're going to miss one, then there'll never be another shuttle bus coming your way. They're always running every day.
Yep. And weekends it goes late at night too, which is convenient for going off campus. If you were to go to like a midnight movie, you could take a shuttle bus and have it still be on when you get out of the movie. So it's pretty nice.
But what's also good, like I was saying, the village of Brockport's a 10-minute walk to the right or to the left. No matter where you go, you'll find someplace to be, and it's not far. What's also really nice is the college itself is less than half a mile, going from one academic building to the farthest dorm. So even if you have to get up 15 minutes before your class, you'll get there on time.
And our campus is very walkable. I just visited a campus yesterday, another local campus. It was very hilly.
Oh,
I know. And it's, you don't really think about it. Like when you go for a tour, like, oh, I had to walk up a hill, fine. But when you're doing it every day, it kind of gets old. But our campus is a flat, it's literally a flat surface. Like you're not going to have to go up a hill ever. And they do a good job of clearing it off in the wintertime as well.
Yeah, I have never had a class canceled because of snow.
Yeah, which isn't awesome, but it's nice that you don't have to walk up the hill.
And it's nice that you won't have to go sludging through snow very often.
Absolutely.
So the Albert Brown building, the reason why I wanted to put this on the slide is this is a very convenient spot, I feel like, for students.
It is.
I thought I didn't even really think of when I was transferring. But this is a big building that's dedicated just to professors' offices, and it's right in the center of campus. So say you had to go see your professor, you wouldn't have to hike up way across campus or way up a bunch of hills. You would just go to the center of campus and just walk into one of the halls and see your professor.
Yeah, it makes it very easy.
It's very easy. It's very accessible. Say you had to go see somebody in your department but want to go speak to another professor who's in a separate department. They're all connected. So if you wanted to go talk to somebody in criminal justice but then had to go to someone in psychology, you would just walk the loop and find your professor in a different department.
It's one big circle in the building.
Which is really nice and convenient.
It is.
I'd say about good like 80% of the professors have their office in there. And the other ones are in the other academic buildings as well.
But if you're used to walking there for class, then it's really not that big of a deal. But this building does make it very accessible, and like Sarah said, it's easily accessible to other majors. It's also like just really easily accessible to other places like the library. Like you have to go under the tunnel of this building to get to the library. Same with the computer lab that's in the middle of campus. It's right in front of it. So it's just, I don't know, it just makes things very easy. If you have to print off a paper and bring it to a professor, or you're hitting a professor then going to the library, like it just makes it very easy to make the transition.
Yeah, so everything's in the center of campus, which is really easy and accessible.
It is. It's very nice.
Study abroad. I love this slide. So one thing I always tell people as a student ambassador is definitely to challenge yourself. We do have one of the largest study abroad programs.
We offer 100,000 million programs. It's just really cool.
You can go to pretty much any continent, almost every country, which is really, really nice. Something that I thought was pretty awesome is it's offered during both the semesters and the summer and the winter sessions.
So like 365 days a year, not just fall and spring like normal.
So say you really wanted to go to Fiji, but you didn't want to go during the semester because you thought you'd be late for graduation. You could go during the winter break, or you have the option of going during the summer break. I know right now I'm trying to get into a program where I'd be going all over Western Europe for a 17-day trip over the summer.
That's so cool.
And I'm going to be earning 6 credits while I do it.
So it's not just going for fun. Like it is very fun. I should not say that. But you're also, you're not going to fall behind because you're taking your education to a different country, gaining that experience while also advancing here in America in your own college too by gaining credits.
One thing that I know a lot of the advisors like to say is that it really sets you apart from the other applicants to say that you went out of your comfort zone and wanted to go to another country to learn another way of life, to be the other kind of the minority.
But really, that's exactly what it is.
But that really shows that, you know, you stood out of your comfort zone, you still succeeded, and you learned a lot in the process.
And adding that to your resume someday also is huge. Like, I didn't study abroad, unfortunately. Had I, if I guess, thought about it, I absolutely would have. Looking back, I would have loved to. And maybe that will affect me down the road. And like, if you go to the Western, I mean, that's huge. You can put on your resume that you travel to a different country and you immerse yourself in that culture. And I mean, with the changing times now, that's just huge.
One thing that I think is also really convenient with everything study abroad is financial aid is available, and they're always giving out different scholarships. I know I was walking through the Union the other day, and they had a raffle for giving off a $100 scholarship for this people that were studying abroad. It's just for the winter.
Yeah,
that's so huge, and I believe that how it works is because if you were doing a semester-long trip, if you guys switched places, your financial aid would essentially be like following you because you're still taking classes. So it is usually cheaper than what some people think.
Yes, and well, at least when I've heard students and faculty talking about studying abroad, is if you don't think you can afford it, like think again, because really they make it very easy for you to travel, you know, to Europe or to Fiji and visit and learn and immerse yourself. They make it very, very easy on your wallet.
And I mean, the way that I like to think of it too is this is an experience I'll only be able to happen once in my life.
Yeah.
And it will never be as affordable as it is now in my life to go to like the program I'm looking into, to go into about 8 countries in 17 days. You know, when am I ever going to get the time to get off work for that? Yeah, to go on a vacation like that, plus to earn credits for that. I'll never get an opportunity like that again. So I always recommend, you know, students to try to study abroad, no matter what institution you go into.
Absolutely. Make the most of your 4 years of freedom, because that's literally what it is.
I've never heard someone say, man, I hated studying abroad.
I don't think anybody would ever say that, because it's awesome.
Well, we just had a few things that we'd like to say about ourselves. One of the first things we want to say is why we chose Brockport.
I honestly chose Brockport because when I was a senior in high school, all my friends were choosing Brockport, and I had never visited the college. I just knew it was outside of Rochester, and I was just going to go there because it was only 2 hours from where I lived, and my best friends were going there. So I guess I didn't really care about anything else. And then once I got here, it was truly the place for me, and maybe I didn't know it then, but since all my friends have transferred out and I'm done, I graduated, and I love it here enough to want to stay here and work. And I don't know, it just was a perfect fit for me. My department, my communication, my professors in my major were awesome. I think that's really what I guess the reason I stayed and my involvement on campus. I had a job for the entire 3.5 years I was here as well. But yeah, I didn't really know why I was choosing Brockport in the beginning, but now I definitely do, and I'm happy that I stayed. I love it here.
That's really cool.
It's random.
As a transfer, the reason why I chose it here is because I knew I wanted to go into social work. I found out through taking other classes in my other institution that I started off with psychology. I didn't want to do psychology. Research isn't for me.
No.
But coming to social work, they have an amazing program here. It's really renowned for its social work program. But what's also great is it has a 1-year master's program as well. So I could be done with my education within 5 years.
Yeah, it's like her full education, not just her bachelor's degree.
My master's in social
That's
work.
huge. Yeah, that is really huge.
Like I said, I'm from the Rochester area, so it was nice going from an institution that was 2 hours away to now.
Like a half hour.
Yeah, I'm only a half hour away from my home,
Yeah.
which is really nice. So I could be closer to home, closer to my family members. And similar thing, a lot of my friends from high school came here. And it was kind of nice coming back. It was like a little reunion.
I mean, it's refreshing, especially knowing people that come here as a freshman or even as a transfer student. Makes it a lot easier.
Also, like transferring to Brockport was actually a very easy process. Brockport's very transfer friendly.
Is it?
It took pretty much all my credits. I only lost half a credit because it was a volunteer experience. So
that's literally nothing now when you look back on it.
Yeah, I would say I came in as a sophomore first semester, but had junior credits. So I actually gained credits.
Yeah.
So for anyone who's thinking of transferring, I would definitely encourage Brockport because our motto is if we can teach it, we'll accept the credit. So definitely it was a much easier transition, and I feel like I've become more accomplished since I've been here, obviously holding a job and speaking to you right now.
Yes, absolutely. What do we most enjoy about Brockport? Oh boy. Personally, like I know this sounds cliche, but I love my classes. I started as a business major here, and it's a really great program, but it just was not for me. I'm not a number cruncher. I'm not the one that likes to go and do finance and statistics, and I praise the people that do because I struggled. But I switched to communication and I loved it. For me, it was very applicable. I made great relationships with my professors. I made great friends. I got involved in my on-campus job as well as here now in the admissions office as a student ambassador, which has led me to do things like talk to all of you students out there and meet students at open houses and orientation. So I guess what I just have really enjoyed my full experience here. I don't even think I could pick one thing, just because every little thing that I've done has led me to where I am now, and I'm graduated and I'm on to the next big thing in my life. But it's just everything in my 3.5 years here have been great.
I enjoy most about the Brockport is the people.
Yep.
I love my classes. I'm so happy I'm in the social work
Right.
department. I have great connections with my professors, but the people and the atmosphere here are what sold me when I was looking at other schools to transfer to. In my previous institution, I really felt that people were a little more snobbish.
Yeah, no, that's a fair feeling.
And not kind of down to earth. Everyone here, I feel like, is on the same boat. Everyone's here to work hard. I've never met someone who isn't really dedicated.
And they care. Like, I've always felt that going back to my professors, that they cared not only about like me in the classroom, like my own life, like how are you, as opposed to how I'm doing in the class.
I can't walk down the Albert Brown building and not have a professor like come down and say hi.
Right, and it's a welcoming feeling when you're coming to, even as a freshman or even as a transfer, coming to a new school, because that's exactly what it is. And it's not a high school where you're going in and you have 300 people in a class. Your class is 1,000 people, And that's huge and that's intimidating. But
Hmm.
the things like this that made our time easier are also going to make your time here easier because everybody just really does care about you. And it's not,
Yeah.
they make a difference by doing that and caring.
And it's good because like your average class size here is 22.
Yeah. It's like a high
So
school class.
yeah, so you're definitely going to meet your professor. You're not going to be a number.
No.
You're going to be able to say, "Hi, Professor so and so. How are you today?" And they're going to know your name
Yep.
after the end of the semester.
Which is huge because then down the road when you need references,
Yes.
I know I keep talking about everything after college, but it really is super important.
That is important.
It is very important. So it's good to make those connections early.
Let's see, what kind of opportunities has Brockport created for us?
My biggest one has been here in the admissions office. Before this semester, I've always been active and I've always loved my major and, you know, communication and where it can lead you because you need communication everywhere. But I guess I never really knew what I wanted to do. And then I found like an application for a student ambassador and I was like, well, I'll try it, you know, why not? Give it a shot. And I did it and I did it in my last semester. So I did it for this entire fall semester and I've literally loved it. Like I love higher education now because I get to help students, whether it be freshmen or even transfer students, transition into this exciting time in your life, which is the most exciting time in your life. At least it was for me. And so it's just opened a lot of doors for me with that. I've made connections with people who know people at other colleges, and I've made connections here with people, and I know that it will take me far, and I have confidence in that because the people that I've met have really, I don't know, I guess solidified everything that I've learned now that I know, and I can take that with me forever. So it's just, I don't know. I just love admissions and higher education. That's really what my big thing is.
I think that the biggest opportunity I got was to step outside of myself and really kind of stand out, which at my other school I did feel like a number. But here I have been able to really kind of come out of my comfort zone, especially because I was a tour guide for so long.
Yeah.
I did it for all the previous summer. And to step in front of a new crowd and try to talk about a school that you actually genuinely love.
It makes a difference.
It really does. And the fact that I was able to become a student ambassador, and right now I'm also the student director of transfers, so I can help people transition into the school. That's a really cool experience to knowing that I was in that similar position, and now I get to help people make that.
And they
easier
remember
transition.
you. Like, at least for me, when I took my tour here in my freshman year, I remember who my tour guide is. And I was on that tour for an hour, and I don't even know her name, but if I saw her, I'd know exactly who she was, and she did a really great job. And so it's just the little things like that that make a difference.
I would definitely say that no matter what institution you choose to do, even in high school, think of ways to be involved with leadership and how to stand out of your comfort zone. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be responsible for yourself and what you want to do after your time in school.
Absolutely. If we could do one thing differently, what would it be? I would have started internships earlier than my senior year because I guess I always knew that they were important and I had to do one for my minor. It was required. But I wish I would have realized not so far out that they individualize you, like going into my profession. If I had done maybe a couple more internships, maybe not on campus, but other places like throughout Rochester or even in my hometown, you know, I would have more connections. I'm very happy with where I am now and the connections I have made, but I just wish I had done more. Just done more, I guess. And it's intimidating to start when you come as a freshman or even a new transfer student. It's very, very intimidating to dive in because you think, oh, you know, people are going to think that I'm stupid or silly or whatever it may be. But honestly, this is your time and you have to truly make the best of it. And as hard as it is stepping out of your comfort zone and making your own time, you need to do it because you'll look back and you'll say, you know, I wish I had. So you really just have to make it all that you need to make it what you want it to be because it's your 4 years and you mold it the way that you want to mold it because you don't want to look back someday and say you wish you had done something.
Yeah. The one thing I would offer that I wish I could have done differently actually involves academics. Um, I'm definitely like a perfectionist. I want to work on something till it's done and have to do it right away, which is a great habit to have. But more like the middle of the semester, I felt like I kind of burnt out. I was
You
doing
do.
so much work, so much time, and never giving myself a break, and doing so many different projects and other clubs that I never got a chance to kind of breathe. So the one thing I would do differently, because even though I am a perfectionist, I would give myself a break.
You need to. You truly need to.
Yeah, like even which I found that I love to exercise. So even if it's just like going to the circuit and working out for like 20 minutes,
It's a nice little break. Breaks
yeah,
up the day.
it's definitely needed. Like make sure what you guys are going to schedule your time between giving yourself an appropriate break.
Yep.
Um, even though I'm sure there are other perfectionists out there.
No, it's totally understandable, and you don't really think about it.
No.
You're because your main focus is I came here for school. I need to get my good grades and fine, but you don't want to burn out. It's not good. It's not healthy. It's important to take time for
Right.
yourself.
And I felt like I wasn't the time because, I was doing so many academics, clubs, that I just realized I never had time to be by myself and just breathe once in a while. So
It's very important.
I would say for freshmen and transfers coming in, just make sure you guys have a good balance. Definitely still go for clubs and do well in your classes, but make sure you all give yourself a break too.
Absolutely, absolutely, because you don't want to burn out. So if anybody has questions, you're free to type them now if there's anything that we did not touch on. Anything at all?
Again, my name's Sarah Johnson.
I'm Danielle Armentano.
Thank you guys for watching, and I hope we were helpful when you guys figuring out what you want to do with school.
Yes, and good luck to everybody in the future. Hopefully we will see some of your faces in real life here at the college. And good luck to everybody.
Good luck.
Thank you.